First and foremost, give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. So I'm gonna run. First and foremost, I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to all Yakim on the highs and byways, teaching this work sincerely and faithfully. This article was made five hours ago. And there's a lot of prophecies coming to pass. The Lord is visiting the world in which He made in a way, But He's gonna physically be here. It's gonna come soon. We gotta look at the signs. The MOTB, World War III, right? Jacob's trouble. 3 major prophecies. And then you have a couple other things like Leviathan comes. Newly created beast, right? And yeah. So it says UFO sightings quickly rising. New government report says. And this article was made 5 hours ago, as you see up here. I could just highlight it. 5 hours ago. The U.S. Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence Scott Bray explained a video of unidentified aerial phenomena as he had testified before a House Intelligence Committee subcommittee hearing on May 17, 2022. The number of unexplained flying object sightings reported to the Pentagon has risen sharply in the last year, according to a new unclassified government report. Why it matters. Unidentified aerial phenomena continue to represent a hazard to flight safety and pose a possible adversary collection threat, according to the report from the Office of Director of National Intelligence. So to them, the most the Yahushua and the Holy Angels are a threat to Esau's system, because no one on planet can fight Esau, right? You got NATO together, you got the EU, UN, all these organizations Esau made, and not one of them are not one country outside of them, like all the other heathens can't fight Esau. Moab, we look at Moab getting Moab and and Russia. Ultimately, Russia is also an Edomite nation, so they don't have the best interest of the Yasharallah in their mind. They're saying they're not even fighting over Israel, right? So they don't consider Israel well-being. So so the Lord has to come, right? No one on the planet could fight Esau. So Yahushua them to come, right? And they bring the chariots with the holy angels. But the increase in UAP reporting is also enabling a great awareness of airspace and increased opportunity to resolve UAP events, says the report released Thursday. By the numbers, in June 2023 preliminary report, the Aldini said it had collected 144, all praise to Yahweh Shai. UAP sightings covering the previous 17 years, 144. Since that time alone, a new office created within the Defense Department to investigate UAP sightings has received 247 new reports. The report said the government also identified an additional 119 reports from the time period the preliminary report covered, bringing the number of new UAP reports to 366 and overall total to 510. The Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office judged more than half of the new reports as exhibiting unremarkable characteristics per report. All right. So Esau's. Let me just read something. A large chunk, 163, were characterized as balloons, a balloon or balloon-like entities. 26 were different types of drones. 6 were labeled clutter, a category that includes birds, weather events, or plastic bags. So Esau, he's worried. He's looking at them hard. He's like, oh, he's plastic. He thought he was looking. He labels some of them as birds, weather events, or plastic bags, balloons, like entities. So Esau is really looking. He got a giant microscope, you know, binoculars, and he's staring into the skies, staring into the heavens, into space, because he's scared. He's like, what is this right there? What is that? Is this a bird? Is this a plastic bag? What is it? We gotta, because he knows who it is. He knows, you know. But 171 of the 366 new reports remain unexplained. Some of them appear to have demonstrated unusual flight characteristics or performance capability and require further analysis, the report said. So Esau said he needs to find their characteristics. He needs further analysis. The Lord's gonna, you know, it's over for Esau. Esau's scared. He wants to analyze the data, right? We got Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen, and I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So the Lord's taking many different forms of vengeance against Esau at the moment. Chariots are spooking Esau, right? The storms, hurricane, tornado, will not meet thee as a man. Take vengeance. Why would he have to take vengeance? Because nation Edom has done nothing but wickedness throughout their inception. Like since they were created, all they did was wicked after wicked act. And now the Lord is like, you got to pay up now. Esau's gonna he's gonna scramble his jets to shoot at air. Because, something flesh, carnal, can't attack something spiritual. Take a spirit as an example. You can't punch a spirit, but they can punch you. They could throw you. I watch a lot of video clips, movies. You always see it that way. Because Esau knows you can't fight a spiritual being. You can't fight Yahushua. And the Most High, Yahushua is he's the first spirit. The pride of Esau, man. To fight Yahushua is just, the Lord's gonna mess him up. Look at this. At least 9 dead after tornado rip across the south. At least 9 fatalities were confirmed following a severe weather outbreak that spawned multiple destructive tornadoes across the southern United States on Thursday, including in the historic city of Selma, Alabama. See, a lot of these places in the South are getting destroyed. You wonder why. By tornadoes, by hurricanes, by mass shootings. Some say that a lot of these places are haunted, but ultimately it's because Esau did a lot of wicked in the South, to Jake. Now look at him. States of emergency were declared in Alabama and Georgia after storms uprooted trees, ripped roofs off homes, and knocked the power out for thousands of people. In Autauga County, Alabama, located just northwest of Montgomery, at least six fatalities were confirmed after a tornado created widespread damage in the county. According to the Autauga County Sheriff's Office, as search and rescue operations continued into Friday. Death toll in Autauga rose to 7 on Friday. A woman who initially reported missing was pronounced dead when her body was located early Friday morning. According to the Autauga County Sheriff's Office, Autauga County Emergency Management Director Ernie Baggett told AccuWeather National reporter Angeline the twister carved a 20-mile-long path through the county on Thursday. Baggett noted that most of the people who died were in mobile homes during the storm and that search and rescue operation would resume on Friday morning. We don't know for a fact that everyone has been accounted for. Baggett said to Angeline, it looks like we've got about 40 homes, maybe a few more. that have been either destroyed or have majorly damaged. So the Lord is messing up Esau and stuff, or wicked Jakes, these heathens are meeting the terror of the Lord. Jakes, unrepentant Israelites, right? There's a lot of stuff happening in the world, and the Lord's getting tired. He's getting fed up. Now look, California is always getting hit by something, right? I'm not gonna read all. I'm not gonna read all of it, But I've seen a video. Soaked California prepares for more flooding as thousands remain without power. Officials urge residents to remain on guard for further damage with 6,000 under evacuation orders. With rain-soaked California expected to see several more rounds of stormy weather over the weekend and into next week, state and federal officials pleaded with residents on Friday to stay alert to the possibility of more flooding and damage. A series of storms have walloped the state since late December, leaving at least 19 people dead on Friday. 6,000 people were under evacuation orders. Another 20,000 households were without power, said Nancy Ward, the director of California Governor's Office of Emergency Services. So a lot of these places, the Lord is not playing. California is sick too. They're into drag queen pedophilia. A lot of weird stuff in Cali. I think they got hit by a tornado too now. But there's a lot, a lot of states are getting hit. America, high and mighty, can't even get, they can't protect their own power grid by the weather, But Esau, he's running short on time. He reached the bound that he cannot pass, so now he everything's affecting his system. Where the Lord is doing damage. Once this country was once great, so-called great country, has now got a terrible power grid now. What would wow. Because the Lord is weakening this country little by little. The complex is failing. How I said the infrastructure. So the infrastructure. Look at the subways, mold, cracks. The tracks are terrible. The trains are terrible. Businesses are closing. Looting is on a rise. People are dropping dead of the heart attack. People are dropping dead because because of the V, right? Taking the V. People aren't happy. You got people who changed their gender when they were like teens and now adults and saying they regret it. Right? There's a lot of stuff happening. A lot of, this is the effect of living under a wicked ruler. Right? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. This is the effect. You let Esau run your country, like, you have a country. Esau, what shall we do? What law should we put in place? You ask Esau. Don't ever have Esau as an advisor for your country. I'm telling you, he's gonna usurp authority over you. He's gonna try to take your power, and then he's gonna flip everything upside down. That's what he does. He's a mole. He's a plague. That's what Esau is, right? See, what I think is power. What do you think dude? I can help you with this. It's like he's a demon. You can't trust him, right? But look at this. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. That's a lot of that. The Lord is of hosts with thunder shall be visited. Thou shalt be visited. Ain't that what's happening? Right? To Cali, to the south, to Georgia, to Alabama, to all these states. There's some weather catastrophes coming. It's why? Because the Lord is visiting it. He's getting tired of the wickedness. And it's so wicked that the Lord himself has to appear here. How that just shows you something. That tells you something, Like the Most High's very own son has to come here and see the destruction from himself. He's gonna have to lay hands on people. Like it's really gonna have to get to that. And he's gonna look at Esau like, you just can't stop. Esau is gonna try to hide in the mountains. Hey, rocks fall on us, right? These elites are gonna be hiding in the rocks, in the mountains, in the seawater, right underneath these. Watch that movie, the Megalodon, the Meg. They had an underwater sea base, right? They have space stations. Esau got space stations, mountains, right? Esau underground. So Esau thinks he's gonna get away. He really thinks that. He thinks this is one of those Mission Impossible movies, James Bond, uh, these world end scenarios in his movies where Esau gets away. Watch 2012. They fly on a plane, get to the ship and hide, and they reproduce and come back. No, man. Or post-apocalyptic movies where the world's on fire, nuclear war happens. Esau's hiding in his bunker. He somehow makes it out with a gas mask on. Like, we made it. We made it, guys. You know, like, no. When you make it out that bunker, you're gonna be in a slavery. As soon as you get out, the Lord's gonna you're gonna put shackles on you. But that's not gonna happen anyways. Esau's gonna say, "We made it. We hid from the Lamb. He couldn't find us." Imagine that we hid from Yahweh Shai. He couldn't find us. Like, Esau is so arrogant. It's over for him. You know. Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So these chariots, right, we see right now they're just looking, right? They're turning stuff off. They're turning off military bases, turning them back on, flying around, just doing a bunch of, they're just showing off in a way. Like, all right, because they're on standby mode in a way. They're not on the assault because right now, watch all Esau knows what's happening. He pits it in these movies, Independence Day, all these other movies, sci-fi movies with UFOs, laser beaming, blasting, fires coming down. Because he knows that Esau knows because he sees this. He talks to these spirits on the left hand side. They tell him he has visions, he has dreams. Esau talks to spirits on the left hand side through his warlocks and wizards and witches. If they can't tell him, he has visions. The Lord put these dreams in his head, right? It's a done deal, right? Esau, it's over for you. These chairs are not gonna just sit up there forever. Hope the military's been watching these UFO movies because that's what's gonna come. You know. But Esau, he waters down the chariots of the Most High. He waters down Yahweh Shai. Esau waters down. He thinks everybody's just so weak. Like, yes, the big head aliens are gonna be easy to take down. Will Smith with a cigar in his mouth. Esau somehow, the Battle of L.A. Esau somehow, with his intellectual knowledge, is gonna find a way to stop the angels. It's like these aliens. If you read the description box of that movie, Battle of LA, there's always some BS with Esau talking about he's gonna escape, he's gonna make it, he's gonna win the war, and the aliens are not gonna do this. The Lord is gonna put you in a chokehold, man. He is gonna choke the life out of you, man. And Esau thinks that he's just gonna hide in the world that he made. Yes, I'm gonna hide away from. Esau is a madman. He really thinks he's gonna get away. He's crazy. The scripture says he's not. You got all these different scene. You got all these different different things. He's showing that he's not gonna make it. Chariots, angels, Yahweh Shai. Like, how do you fight that? You can't. Esau. Or the heathen, the heathen gonna try to fight with. We're gonna try to fight the Lord, but that's not gonna do anything either. What are they gonna do? They gonna get beat up with Esau. You know? This is these heathens. It's over for them. You know. It's a matter of time for the Lord actually shows his face. Like he's physically gonna be here in our presence, and it's gonna be a terrible thing for wicked Israelites and these heathens. It's gonna be like, who knows? The sky can be red when the Lord is here. You don't know. It could be raining lightning bolts. You don't even know what it's gonna look like when Yahushua is here, but you're gonna know when he's here because the scriptures say that every eye shall see him. How how you got this present, like you got this feeling of dread, like this being like this. You don't even know how it's gonna be in that day. It's just so the waters of Yahweh and Yahshua are giving us this truth. Esau is gonna be terrified, terrified. Like angels shooting lightning bolts. The chariots shooting beams at them, like laser, like pew pew. Watch all these Star Wars movies and Star Trek. These laser beams of these giant ships. Where do you think they got it from? Huh? The scriptures. Esau got it from the scriptures. He got it from these dreams. He got it from the left hand side. At the end of the day, the left hand side is still part of Yahweh because the Most High created the left hand side. So it's like, what are you gonna do? Esau, I'm gonna fight. Esau is so stupid and carnal. It's like, you ever seen Esau's a barbarian, man. He's like a caveman, he is a caveman, me must get clubbed, me must hit someone. You looking at him like this Neanderthal, disgusting. He's scratching it up top of his head with one finger, like, me hit man with rock. That's how Esau thinks. Like the Lord looking down, like he's a lesser. He's just nothing, and that's what it is. It's what it's gonna be. A lot of not very slocky. A lot of death is coming. A lot of death. Jacob's trouble is gonna be, could be a tornado in Jacob's trouble, and all across the each state could have a tornado. You don't know. Like the Lord can make it happen, but a lot is gonna be taking place. And with that, hope this video is edifying. The Lord's gonna take vengeance on Edom, on these wicked heathens and wicked Jake. And with that, we give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the elders, great millstone, and salutation to all Yakim Muhammad always. Till next time, I say Shalom.